Hi, everybody. Hello, Walter and Melissa. I saw that you guys were here. I just kind of posted some of the links to some of the items we're going to use tonight. Ooh, my hair's wonderful. How are y'all tonight? Kind of waiting for my computer or my TV to catch up here a minute. So, there we go. I hear myself, so I'm going to mute that. Get my remote out of the way. I hope everyone's going good. Things are going good for me. It's Wednesday. We got our first official measurable snow. Hi, Glenda. Yesterday or last night into this morning. So I got to shovel today. I'm so excited. So tomorrow is White Christmas night. Hi, Tia. How are y'all? I'm going to quick switch over to my other camera right away. So we've got all that going on here. So I'm glad Melissa's doing peachy. Hi, Shirley. We are going to play with the Hanukkah release tonight a little bit. I don't have anything specifically planned, but I am going to use the festive Hanukkah paper pad, and I pulled some inks and some other items from my stash. I've got the whole release here, and then we're going to use a couple of these. Hi, Mama. Hi, Polly from sunny Central Florida. We're going to use, I printed this twice. We're going to use a couple of these maybe sketches here. These are some MFT sketches. If you just do MFT stamp sketches or something, you can find them and do that. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I still have it mostly stuck to my mat, but I have it linked, but I have the Happy Hanukkah digital cut file, which is going to be hard to see. There you go. Happy Hanukkah cut file. It is linked either below, and I linked it in the chat. And I have it die cut it out. I used my scan and cut to cut it out, and I cut it out of a bunch of cardstocks, Midnight Sea, all that stuff. So we're starting with the festive Hanukkah card set. We got Mustard Seed, Phone Book, Alabaster, and Midnight. So I pulled those cards, and I thought we'd just go to it. Other things that, if you haven't seen this release yet, there is a Star of David layering stencil. There is a Happy Hanukkah layering stencil, and there is a menorah layering stencil. Now I know I've had some people talk about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The traditional is 9, but there is a 7 one. It's just, I believe, used on specific things. But so there's those. There's also the washi sheets. I have a couple of sets of those here. There's the Festival of Lights Shimmer Splash. Hi, Polly. Yeah, Polly, I did say hi to you. And then we also have the aqua pigments that came out with this release, where's the Harmony, the Calm, and the Tranquility. So, and these all have like the shimmer in them. So I don't know if we're going to use those tonight, but I pulled them. And then I pulled a bunch of basic dies from my stash. So we are going to do a little die cutting tonight based on these sketches and just kind of playing. So I think I'm going to start with this sketch tonight. It's the MFT WSC 702. And we're basically just going to kind of mimic this. So I'm going to see if I can set this kind of here to the side a little bit, and we're going to go for it. So let us grab some cardstock. I haven't even looked at these papers. I opened them briefly tonight. There's some awesome looking papers in here. I'm just going to kind of fly through them real quick. And then there's the other side with the blues and, oh, I think there's one more. Blues and yellows and whites. That's what I wondered, Polly. I saw that somehow. I knew that there is because we had this conversation a while ago with something else, I think, but I don't know if I'm gonna use the stencils tonight because I didn't get anything prepped that to dry. I thought we'd use the pattern paper. And I'm kind of liking this one. And I'm thinking I maybe use those two. I haven't decided if we're going to use 2 on 1 card or not. So thank you for explaining that to me. So I think that I don't necessarily want a white card base. So I pulled in a bunch of card stocks. I will tell you that I don't I don't think the lagoon is really going to work, so I'm not going to save that for another time. I didn't look at them. I do have some perfect blend I cut white so I could ink blend, and I did cut some midnight, and I think seed isn't quite the right color either, at least not with this, but I could ink blend it to make it darker. So we're just going to go for it, okay? So I'm going to use this little sketch here, and I think, hi, Jim. Evening. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to grab, where did I put the dies? They're all here. I grabbed a whole bunch of dies. I've got Spellbinder dies and Lawn Fawn dies, and we're going to kind of go true to this one, and I'm going to go ahead and, other than it has the dots, I'm going to use a Lawn Fawn scallop. And we're going to cut that out. And then I'm thinking maybe we're going to do, I might layer this one with phone book and then another one on top. I haven't decided quite yet. So let's get this going. So I do want to mention a couple things. I will not be live next week. Being Christmas, I am going to spend the evening not on social media, or probably watching movies with my honey, or just hanging out, or crafting, or who knows what. But I will not be live next week. So I did want to tell you that. Didn't want to forget to remind you about using doing the create your own ending, the CYOE challenge, which is celebrate. So, you can use anything that's a celebration type card, whether it's a Hanukkah card, a Christmas card, a birthday card, an anniversary card, any of those items. Make sure, we've got those. It's CYOE challenge. And then we're going to, let's see, I just don't know if I want to do that on top. I think we're going to do some vellum. CYOE challenge, hashtag CYOE challenge, Bruce Monroe fan club, and you can enter up to 2 times. You've got some time till the end of the month. And I'm going to I did not grab my vellum ahead of time. I apologize for that. See if I can even find it here. I should have been more prepared with that. I've got all sorts of masking paper and stocks, but I'm not finding my vellum. Of course, when I need it, right? And I know I have some big sheets of old vellum that are just here. I'm just going to use my own big box. I just got some big box store vellum that I'm just going to use. And the reason I want to do that is because I want this pattern paper to shine. I want that to shine more than I want anything else. Ooh, I hit the thing. So I am going to just cut this down just to kind of, so it's not such a big piece. I'm actually going to cut it into A2 size card panels. That way I'm not distracted too much from, I'm not hiding too much of that pattern paper, but yet, even just a little bit on top, you can still see that. So we're going to go ahead and cut that out, and I'm going to do an oval. And I just realized today that I have the Lawn Fawn stitched ovals, but I'm missing one. So just going to grab one of these. Let's see here. We're going to go on camera here a little bit and see what things we thought. So maybe, that's about the right size, I think. So we got that. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it from the center of this because I can always use this as a background piece. So I thought I'm just going to grab a lot of blue, a lot of yellow, and see what else we have. I've got some blue suede embossing powder. I've got some shimmer glazes and chroma glazes and glitter glazes and all sorts of stuff so that I can just add different colors and textures to things. Okay, so I had a card base sitting here. I'm going to grab a couple card bases while we're at it. These are the Perfect Blend card bases that come in our kits. You can also buy them. They're pre-cut, pre-scored, pre-folded. And I am going to go with the white because you're barely going to see any of that. And then I've got this on top. And then I did not cut it out of the mustard seed. So I am going to use the phone book, which I think is a little bit too yellow. So we're going to ink blend it up a little bit. Let me grab that. I left it stuck to my stick and stamp mat. Now I will say I cut this down to fit a landscape card. So we may end up putting it at an angle just because I don't want to cut it off. I didn't shrink it down enough to fit. But here is the phone book. Phone book and mustard seed are the two colors that kind of match. And I just wanted to, I didn't want to pop them all out because I thought I would show you, that, it can work. I just shrunk them down to, it was like 5 and 5, I think I did. And then I just used some pixie spray to actually attach my, I might need a new blade. So hopefully I can get a couple of these. I cut a bunch of them out. I hope this works for me. I need a new blade desperately on my stick and stick or my mat. So I did. Okay, so I just wanted to show you still can use it. My blade is not very good. I don't have a Cricut. I am kind of not a Cricut person. So, and of course, when I cut this, I cut it in half. This is the longest thing that's going to take me the longest, you guys. So we're going to have to just kind of play around a little bit with that. I should have popped a lot of them out, but most of them should be fine. It's just going to be a couple of these smaller areas here that we're going to pop them out. So we have a lot of digital files. I don't know if you guys saw, Melissa created some ugly sweaters using the ugly sweater one, and they are super cute. And the thing I like about the ugly sweater one is that I believe you can decorate it with anything you want. So, like I said, I need a new, so it's popping out pretty good here. So I did a couple different ones so that if one side of my paper just didn't like it or what. You're okay, Karen. You're not too late. I am we're just playing around with, I used the digital cut file for the Happy Hanukkah. It's got the wording and the layers. And I cut it out of a couple different color cardstocks. And I might have to do a little bit of trimming, like I said, because I need a new blade. I haven't used my stick and stamp mat in forever. Or not my stick and step mat, my scan and cut forever. So I probably need to get a new blade and a new mat. So I'm just carefully pulling that out, and then see, like I said, it's just going to fit right on here. Happy, that's my H that I broke. We got the H for happy. I need a pokey tool here. So a few years ago, I had a friend ask me about Hanukkah cards, and I, at the time, really didn't have a lot of anything. I know I was kind of just restarting in my crafting. And so I was really excited about this, and I really like the paper, and wanted to kind of let that be the shining star for this. All right, we're going to pull that out. There's my P. I will tell you that I am a horrible speller when it comes to certain things, so I had to think in my head how to spell it and use my spell check to make sure I was spelling it right. Okay, where's the rest of my word? I thought I poked it all out. Hanukkah. All right, let's pull the rest of this out. That must be the U. I'm missing an N. Oh, I know, they all popped out. That's right, I forgot. I have a whole little cup here. That's up. That has my little letters in it. Well, it should. Well, where did they all go? Is it stuck to my mat? My letters disappeared, you guys. There's my other A. I got an HAP. Where's the rest of my letters? I popped them all out. Well, I guess that's why I popped out too. And because when you're live. No decorations or husband. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I will definitely. I'm in a little um bubble because I live in a very small I work for a small real estate firm. I mean, we're not small, but we're small because it's a small town. I decorated this year only because with everything that was going on in our family, I went through all of Tom's mom's decorations, and we have a little bit more shelf space, so I was able to put some things up because the dog would not eat it. Okay, so that's an extra A. We need one more A here. Well, I hope everything gets better very quickly for you, Polly. I will be sending you all of the vibes. I didn't decorate last year at all, mostly because I was so afraid Pup would eat him, and then he broke his foot, and he couldn't do anything anyway. It was quite the sad time around our house because of that. He's going to find all these extra letters that must have popped out wherever they popped out. Now, one thing I can tell you is that you get the little furs. If you find a sanding block, and I have one here somewhere, you can get like a little or nail file and you rub it on the edges. It will take those little bumps off for you. So Hanukkah, we got all of our letters. So we're going to get those glued down. And then we're going to move on to this. Well, you know what? I understand that too. Yes, relocation sometimes is a good thing. You probably want to stay where it's warmer though, right, Polly? So I'm going to go ahead and do this. So this is some of you could do alabaster. I just did some perfect blend because I knew it would cut a little bit better. What is that yellow? What is that to your left near the yellow tape? This? What is this yellow? This is a bunch of books that I want to read, I guess. If that's what you're looking for. What is that to the left of my tape? Near the yellow tape. I'm looking at the camera. Oh, these are letters that broke. Because my thing, that's what these are. Yep. Sorry, thank you. Yep. I see what you mean. Near the yellow tape. And this, this piece goes on my scissors. Is it a letter? It is, but I did find all my letters here. So I'm going to quickly go through. I'm not sure. I'm thinking I have finally used up my glue in my little glue press here, guys. But so we might have to grab the Barely Arts glue because I did not fill it. We did not fill it. So we're going to use our Barely Arts glue tonight. No, I'm thinking that some of them might have fallen on the floor, and I'm not going to dig down and find them for you. You know what it is. So it is not a letter. So I was going to say, definitely, I know we've had quite a few people have been, design team members have been sharing cards, but check out Melissa's because Melissa's been doing a 25 days of Christmas, and she's been doing a Christmas card base every day, I believe. Right, Melissa? They've been fun to see different things. And she's been doing them. It's just, they're not all, they're just Christmas stuff from her stash. And some of them have been using the products, but it's nice to be able to kind of go in and see what you got that you can kind of do to make it your own. So yeah, it was a letter. It's an H, but I broke it. So we got this, we got that. I was super excited. Last night you guys have been proud of me. I have a friend who gets a lot of cards from me, and she needed a couple of Christmas cards and she needed some tags for something. And I sat down and I used a stamp stencil and a die that I have never used before to make them. So I was very proud of myself. I started using that stuff. You did catch me live. Woohoo. You heard me talking about you. So I was very proud that I was using that. I have all of this. I have a whole bin over there where it's all my Christmas stuff, you guys. And I really haven't sat down to do anything. I mean, I want to make a bunch of Christmas cards. I'm not ready for Christmas to be next week. I have all this stuff I wanted to play with, and I bought some things, I destashed some older sets from that I've wanted for a long time, and wanted to play with them, and I just haven't. So that's what I'm gonna do this weekend, and on Christmas Eve, not so much, but Christmas Day, I'll probably come up here in my craft room a little bit and dig them out and make some and do that stuff. So, yes, okay, every day since the first. I thought so. So this is one of those that has a little bit of fuzz on it. So I'm trying to find where I had my little sander here, but things you clean up and then you put things away. Ah, here it is. Got my little sander. This is from Tailored Expressions. It's just a little sander. Let me move this a little closer here. And just a paper sander. And I just use it a little bit. You be careful though, because it will scratch if you have it like on your table or on your glass mat. It can scratch it. I have some scratches on mine. But it just helps take off those little extra bits. If you like your die cut, leave some extra bits, or in this case, my cutting machine. So yeah, so Hanukkah. I'm sorry that I'm a horrible speller. Okay, this one goes here. I really should do these big. So you can take this and you can lay it down, and you can, if you want them to be perfect, you could lay it down and you could press them in. But I'm not worried about it being that perfect. But I was thinking I probably should have put these big ones in that has like the little swirls and stuff on it, so that I could line them up a little better, space them out a little bit better. So, but it is a handmade card, and I don't think it needs to be perfect. All that good stuff. So this is the N that goes in that other little swirl. So we're going to put that in there first before we put the other K and the U in. I know it goes in right here. So we may do a little bit of, I might do a little bit of stenciling. Yep, UK. Yep. I'm an English major, you guys, but I am such a horrible speller. I will blame the fact that I was a Spanish major as well. I shouldn't say I was an English major. I'm a lit major. There's a difference. Difference between a lit major and an English major is one class. One of like the same class, to be honest with you. It's a literary class. And I only took one. So I'm off a little bit with the U. So I'm going to see if I can pull it up just briefly and move that over a little bit. So there we go. We got our Happy Hanukkah. We've got our card base. And I think we're going to zhuzh it up just a little bit. I've got my Happy Hanukkah, and we've got some beads. And I don't have like a dove die that I know of in my stash. I might somewhere, but I didn't do that big of a deep, or at least a bird. I probably do. Yes, Hallmark is at the mall. Exactly. It is at the mall. And I always, it's handmade. It is definitely handmade. I mean, look at how pretty that is just on that side too. Isn't that fun? You could just use that side, but we're going to use this side. So we're going to, I know I'm not going to use my liquid glue for that. I promise I'll let you guys all know I'm going to stuff my glue with my Barely Arts glue for my glue press, and I will try it out and let you know. I noticed it last night. It was getting a little loose, but I forgot to fill it. Time just got away from me. I'm going to go ahead and put this down on my card base. Now, I know this yellow is a little bit brighter than that. This is a little bit darker yellow. I mean, but it's close enough. In my opinion, it's close enough. So what I think I'm going to do is we're going to do a little bit of the glue. I'm going to go ahead and put the glue down on all of this. I'm not going to pop it up. I'm going to kind of make them one layer cards. And I'm going to show you what I think I'm going to do for a little trick here. I've been watching other makers do. I'm going to lay this down, center that. I'm going to put this at an angle and just pop it right on there. And then we'll come in here with our, hi, you did make it. Thanks. Miss Annie. I got both my sisters here and my mama. Now, if my brother just showed up, I'd have a trifecta of all the siblings and my mama. So, and I know some of you guys were live with me on Saturday and I was talking about it. My niece did get a part in the play, in the musical. So, she got 2 parts, I believe. So, in the chorus and something else. So, okay. So, that was exciting. Can't promise I'm going to make it up for that one, but so there we go. We got the basics of our first card. Now it's kind of like, let's step it up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I have some of these shadows cut out, and I think I'm just going to use this yellow one. Pop this out of here quick. I've got this yellow one here. I'm going to go ahead and pop everything out. I got the couple of holes. So now my machine isn't quite set up for this. And I'm going to cover this up. And I'm just going to use that to cover up, and we're going to do some splatter. A police lady. All right. Yes, my sister live streams on Twitch, and she crafts. Both my sisters are crafty. My baby sister does some painting and drawing and things like that. That she's just amazing. My big sister, watercolors. I am going to see if I can flip this. Yeah, she streams on Twitch on Wednesday nights. I actually haven't had a chance to get on and watch when she crafts. But sharing my art, and it's the SCHERE, I believe. Is that right, Annie, for on Instagram, if you want to see some of her work. So I'm going to grab this. This is the Festival of Light Shimmer Splash. And just covering that up a little bit. And there's a little pixie spray on the back of that because my mat on my skin and cut needs a little bit of work. Now, if it gets on my sentiment, I'm okay with it a little. It's not gonna be the end of the world. And then I'm gonna grab the gilded. Yeah, sharing my art. There you go. Twitch is another streaming site type of app thing, Melissa, that you can do like, Snapchat, and it's more, I think they're streaming all the time. I know my brother sometimes streams and does certain things. He raises money for charity during different times, like his birthday, around his birthday. And I think my sister-in-law does that too. So I had an account, but I haven't been on it in a long time. So we're going to use a little bit of the gilded, and then I'm going to call that good. I'm going to pull this off, and we'll just save this for another time. And look at my sentiment stayed clean. Isn't that cool? Just do that. You could use a little Post-it note, but I just happened to cut out an extra. So, if you have a die with a shadow layer, cut that out, and this is the blue shift. You can just cover it up. I mean, there's a little bit of gold right there on that piece, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. I've got some of the blue shift crystals. We're going to throw these in. I'm getting my pokey tool out. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. There's gamers and crafts and arts, lots of live art. That's what I thought. You're going to draw some festive storefront windows tonight. That'll be fun. I might have to try to get on there tonight and watch. So we're just going to go ahead. I have no rhyme or reason when I do my dotting. I just do odd numbers. So get your goggles. I'm getting ready to poke Francie, even though she's not here. She'll probably watch the live stream and she'll be ready. Got her goggles on. This is the night shift. Pretty sure that's a dot of glue right there. And then I did do a little Pinteresting because I wanted to, see. I mean, I'm not a big expert, obviously, in Hanukkah. I mean, I know about it, but I don't know a lot about it. And I didn't know, like, I was trying to see what other sentiments, and I saw things like shining the light, warmth and light, peace and love, happy Hanukkah. I'm not sure what else, so I haven't really gone through my stash really deep, but there we go. So we got one card done. We're just going to let this sit, and we're going to put this aside. Now this, I think what I want to do for this next card is we are going to grab, I'm actually going to use this piece. And I think we're going to do a little bit of ink blending. We're not going to do much stamping tonight at all because I didn't even grab any stamps. And I want to cut this down to 4. by 5 1/4. And I'm going to be honest, this is a piece I'm just going to toss. And you can kind of see the Star of David on that side, but this piece I'll keep. And then we're going to grab another card base here. And I am going to use the stencil. But I think what we're going to do, now this is going to be a different blue, but I'm going to use this blue suede. And I want to do, because you could do the fairy dust, you could do icicle, alabaster, this and that. I'm going to do some fairy dust. And we're going to just I'm going to do my best to just do this without, I'm going to grab my stick and snap mat here, without any pixie tape, because I'm going to heat emboss. And I overspray pixie spray. And then I have embossing powder. I don't want it. So I've got my stick and snap mat here. And yeah, I have the blending buddy on it. I'm going to leave the blending buddy on there. And I'm going to grab one of these stencils. I want the Star of David stencil. I have not used these yet tonight. Actually, like I said, I usually cut them off through the top. I know there's the register marks. I don't think I'm going to worry about them a whole lot. We're just going to I'm going to eyeball this and see how are we going to do this so I know sure that I do it the right way. I haven't done this before. Actually, I think what I'm going to do, yep. I have not used this before, so we're going to experiment. I have not played with it. Let's do a 1-layer card first, and we're going to do it on here first. And then I will, and then we'll see. I might end up doing it on there, but I have not tried this yet. So let's ink blend. I'm going to use some, no, I'm going to do it. I do want to do it in blue, just because I want to tie it in. We might do some fussy cutting with this yet. I've got I think we want to do this one first. And it's perfect for the A2 card. So I'm not going to worry about the register marks too much. All right. Another late night. Well, that's okay, Christy. Listen on the way home. I will keep talking so I can entertain you. How does that sound? I'm going to use some of the no diving ink, and I'm just going to grab one of our blending brushes, and we're just going to see. I haven't used it before, and I don't remember if I saw Christopher use this or not. But I'm just going to go ahead and do some ink blending. Start off the side. We're just going to see where this takes us. I may end up, I just want to see how it works. I think I saw a sample of it, but it's been a couple of days. It's been a hot minute. Happy anniversary, Penny. That's awesome. That's all right. The dinner with your honey is always inexcusable. So you are totally excused to do that. I had dinner with my honey earlier too, but that was just downstairs. All right, so there's the main piece. Like I said, if you were going to do this and you wanted to make sure you lined it up 100% perfect on a regular sheet of paper, you've got the register marks in the corner. But I am just going to use my card base for it. And then we're going to go ahead and we're just going to ink blend over the top. And I'm going to use the same color. Oh, okay. You just demoed it. I thought I saw one. Actually, I think it's in I know what I'm going to do for my card now. What I want to do on my card base. All right. Got the idea now that I know what it looks like. Okay. Thanks for joining us tonight. Yesterday was one of my uncles, one of my dad's brothers. He was 90 yesterday. So he's the second oldest. So he has an older brother. My dad was the youngest, but my Uncle Jim was 90 yesterday, you guys. I can't believe it's crazy. I can't remember. My sister and my mom in there, I think, can remember is my Uncle Richard is 94 or 96. So that is what it looks like. Because oh, okay, yeah. Busy day. Well, thank you for joining us. So this is what it looks like. I know what I want to do. We're going to take this and we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to change it up just a little bit. I am going to ink blend with it. We're going to line it up. What I'm using is I'm using the Stick and Step matte edges. And we are going to, but I'm going to go a little deeper. 94. Okay, thank you, Annie. Ooh, better put this back in. Penny, I've had the crud too. I had the 24-hour nasal drip. And I mean that by like yesterday. I'm not kidding you. Like my nose was so red and I was sneezing and it kept running. This morning, nothing. The only time my nose was this morning was dripping was out when I was out shoveling when I came in. So now what I'm doing is, because I didn't want to use any pixie spray because I'm way too heavy handed with my pixie spray, is I'm just going to do this from the outside in. Congratulations to you, Polly. My mom and dad's anniversary was last Friday. I want to say it was would have been 55 years this year, if my dad was still here, but I think that's awesome. So this weekend I have my work Christmas party, so it's gonna be kind of crazy. So crazy week. What I'm gonna try to do, since I was telling you guys I won't probably be live next week on Wednesday. I won't be live next week on Wednesday. I am kind of planning right now to maybe try to do a video I can post next week sometime during the week. See what I play with this weekend. So we've got that. Now I know that this is I'm gonna heat set this just a little bit. 54. Okay, I couldn't remember if it was 55 or 54. Thank you, Annie. I'm terrible at the numbers. We are gonna take this off my Stick and Stamp mat, just because I don't want to accidentally warp it because I'm heavy with this. We're gonna heat this just a bit because it is a the Simon Hurley ink stay wet just a little bit longer. Penny, I saw something. Pretty sure I saw something. Maybe it was just wishful thinking, Christopher. Did I see a gender reveal? Not really a reveal, but I saw something. I thought next Wednesday is the first light of Hanukkah. Okay, I knew that it was. I thought I heard somewhere that Hanukkah and Christmas were started on the same. We're on the same day this year. Okay, what am I looking for? So yeah, I don't know, Christopher, if you saw that in there. Is there any baby gender news yet? Curious minds want to know. I could have swore I saw something, but I don't know. And I didn't really read it that good. Now I'm not going to use the gold, but I'm going to pull it, or I'm just going to pull one of my containers. I could use the fairy dust, but I don't think I want to. I want to use that blue suede, but I want to just check. Oh, see, now when I put it on there, I dried it just enough. It's not going to stick. Okay. So that's a good way to text and make sure your ink is dry. Fairy dust would be really pretty. I thought she posted it. Penny, I saw something that said she posted something, but it's not my news to say. So I'm like, so I don't want to post. I don't want to say anything. She put it in her title for her baby bump picture. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm excited. Babies are so fun. Okay. So now I'm going to grab my embossing ink. And I just re-inked this last night because it needed it desperately. I've got a little, now I didn't use this for my embossing ink, but I'm going to. It's clean. I use this for some, I might have oh, there we go. I think I inked it too much. It was kind of hard. Just gonna, I used this to paint the other day with some chroma glazes, just by pouncing just like this with it. Okay, so now we've got that. We've got the dark. All Jewish holidays float according to the, okay. Good to know. All right, I'm gonna throw this in my little stencil bin. I'm gonna tell you guys, if you do not have this stencil bin, I don't think they're in stock right now, but get your name signed up for the restock. They are great. I had some sitting in here with, from a couple weeks ago, I think, when I made some cards. I had them sitting there and it actually dried out. like, because we've been running our heat, our wood stove. And so I went and filled it with more water, and it was candy coat on there, and everything came off. I just put more of this cleaner in there and more of the more water, and it cleaned off. I am looking for this. Make sure if you're sticking step mat, save the centerpiece to put back on here. I saw a picture, but didn't notice she put the gender in, or maybe she updated her post to include it. Okay. Um, Blue suede. So I'm going to use one of these pieces of, I printed 2 of these. We're going to still do one more of these, I think. I don't necessarily think I'm going to throw a sentiment on it yet, because I'm going to go look through my stash and see what else I have that will work. I don't want to just say Happy Hanukkah. And I'm going to go ahead and this is a different blue, but I'm playing with blue, blue, blue. I love the blue suede. It's one of my favorite embossing powders. Absolutely one of my favorites. And if I thought about it, we could have dry embossed the stencil with a matte in it, and it would have pushed that stencil up too. I just heard about that tonight. But I didn't do that tonight. So we're going to go ahead and just heat set this. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Look at how pretty that is. That blue suede. And that's with, did I say, the midnight snack behind it. So it just made it a little bit darker. And then we've got that. So it just accented that a little bit. And then if I'm going to put this on a white card base, you've got a very clean and simple card. I do think we're going to add some splatter to it, though. What do you guys think? Should I splatter? I think we should splatter. And we're going to grab this out. We got to add a little splatter. We're going to do some of the white and some of the Festival of Lights. So I've got the white Aqua Splash, and I've got the Festival, or the Shimmer. This is the white Aqua Splash. This is the Festival of Lights Shimmer Splash. We've got that little bit. Shake it up a little bit. We're just going to add a little bit because you know what? I like sparkle. I like a little sparkle. We don't need a ton. Just do a little bit. And I know there's powder there yet. We got to wipe that off, but you know, fly by the seat of my pants sometimes. I'm just going to throw in a little bit of white splatter. And then I am ready to go. I'm going to go through my stash and see if I can find a sentiment that I like for this besides, we still have our, we got our Happy Hanukkah that we used. But I wanted to I just want to get a couple cards ready because really, I don't think you even need a sentiment necessarily for this one. Just because you guys don't want to sit here watching blue all night. I should have got a couple done that way. Just going to hit this with just a little bit so I can glue it down. And I just think this is a beautiful, beautiful, simple, but pretty card. You guys know me. It's crazy around here. I'm now lost my, let's say, how do you lose this? Hello, Ellen. You are okay. We are just kind of making some fast Hanukkah cards using some pattern paper and some stencil. I used a stencil and some heat emboss and just kind of playing a little bit. Get my glue. So I've got card number 2 done here, and I think I really like this one too. Now I really want to make one more, at least one more. It's only 7:44. We've got this card. I'll pull them all in at the end. Like I said, you could totally add that Happy Hanukkah to the front. If you wanted to, I'd probably do it white with blue again to pop. But I kind of want that, do something smaller. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I do want to grab this, and I think I want to do something with the washi tape. I'm going to pull out one of these festive washi tape, and I'm going to pull, and we're going to kind of go through our pattern papers here quick. I'm thinking I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to use, I'm going to do this one for sure. So let's look at our, thank you, Ellen. Yes, that is the midnight snack. And then the second layer is with the blue suede embossing powder. I love that blue suede embossing powder. And you really could do the blue suede on the bottom and probably another color on top if you really want to do two colors. But I just think that one's really pretty. Or like I said, you could do alabaster and fairy dust. I'm kind of liking this one. We're going to do something kind of similar to this one. So it looks like we need to cut this one down. So this is going to be a portrait card. So most of these have been portrait card. No, let's do this one. So we need to do 5.5. Actually, I'm going to do 5.25 because I'm going to leave a little white border by 4. Okay. And then we're going to grab this. I do too. It's been a great font. And this one, Ellen, this is one of the cut files in the digital cut file. I did link it below and up there. So we've got this, and I'm just going to eyeball it and cut it. Kind of, I'll see if I can get on camera here a little bit more. Let's get my little boxes out of the way here. I'm just going to eyeball it because it looks like it's up a little bit higher. And I'm like, good enough. Works for me. That was good enough. And we actually get 2 cards out of this. I mean, you could actually switch it over and use this side or this side. So we'll grab another one. We're going to put these together. Because you could do it up here, but I think I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to swap it out this way. And then we're going to go through. I really liked this one too because I thought you could use the same pattern paper and then a different pattern paper for that. And then we're going to go ahead and grab the washi sheet, which I know I had out. So I'll grab another one here. And we're going to just modify this up a little bit. And actually what I think I'm going to do is we're going to grab a piece of, will this size fit? Will this fit? Oh, this might be a card base. Nope. So we're just going to go ahead and, well, Ellen, you can always order again. I'm going to go ahead and just plop some of these on here. I want to do the menorah because I know we've got the menorah, and then we'll do the dreidel with the Happy Hanukkah. And I'm just going to stretch them all the way across here using that. And I'm just going to tuck the end under because there's not enough for that to save. And we'll grab the Happy Hanukkah. I've come to the point where I have to order 2 of every one of the paper pads anymore. Doesn't matter if it comes in the box or whatever, I need 2. And then I need to use them, of course. And we're just going to kind of eyeball this. So we still need to go at least 2 more yet. So I'm going to keep going with the same kind of color palette. We're going to go ahead and add this Star of David. Tuck that over. And then last but not least, I'm going to go with the doves because I want a little bit more of that white. And actually, this is like an A2 card. This is like a slimline card base and it almost fits perfectly. These 4 pieces. So there, and then we've got this. Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to use this and I'm going to cut it. I'm going to use this as my guide. So we all know the next order. Exactly. It is with Heather. Oh, wait, it is. It is. Or Jess. I was talking to Jess the other day and I broke something. I did it. And we were talking about it, and I was like, "No, I just got to order another one." She's like, "What'd you break?" And I was like, "I broke an embossing folder I just bought. I my sandwich was too thick, and I broke it." So I was very upset. Of course, I'm gonna cut this side off. I think so. We're gonna cut this. What did I say this was? 5 1/4. Yeah, 1/4. And I'm not keeping this piece. You could. I'm not. I'm getting back, trying to get better at it. And then we're going to do some low tack tape. And yeah, exactly. It is. And so I was just like, I need to put that in my next order. I'm just kind of eyeballing what I want this to look like. So you don't see much of that dove. I probably could have not used that, but we're going to use that piece later. Make another card. And we're going to go over here. And I'm going to line it up very carefully on my die cut machine or my little cutter here. And we're going to just line up the edge. We're going to make it work. And we're going to make it work. All right. That looks as close as I can make it. All right. There we go. Yeah. Or me, Ellen. I've had a few people tell me that now that, they do something, they're gonna, so look at, isn't that perfect? Look, I love it. I love it. It works perfect. We got the different colors. We're gonna go ahead and put those down. We got the washi tape, the different patterns. We're gonna tone it down a little bit with a maybe a piece of vellum over the top, or I might cut a very thin piece of border paper. We'll put some shimmer on there yet. So we're gonna eyeball this one. We're just gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. Like I said, you could do this if you were a little nervous about it. You could put this on a piece of lining it up, putting it on a card panel, and then putting it on your card base. Because like the top of that is, it's a little bit higher. So that's what we're gonna do. I didn't quite do it right, so we're gonna leave a little space right there. But we're going to, we can leave it like that. The digital file is included on the awesome. Yes. Any updates on when Christopher Snowflakes with the Christopher class will be? If Christopher's still here. Is there an update when the Snowflake class would be? I have not heard. I did not ask today. I got busy and didn't ask, so I apologize for that. Then for this card, I'm going to go ahead and just use this piece and stick it down. Now, because this is a non-directional, see, this piece is directional. Yeah, I don't know if he's still here either. I will see if I can get an answer tomorrow and post it. I know he said something about this week, so I don't know for sure, but I did not double check. It's been kind of, how this was directional. This piece isn't, so you could do it either way. You could do it this way, but because it's not directional, I'm still going to put it down here on the bottom. And then I'm going to go ahead and just save this for another time. And I'm going to find something to put on here. Okay, so we've got this piece. I've got this piece that still can be used on something. But we're not going to do that tonight. I've got these pieces that can still be used on something. I think we need one more thing. It's more likely to get the things Heather just talked me into it on it. Yes. Oh, well, I'm more likely to get you to buy the things that Heather just talked you into out and use them. Well, that's good. So there are ways you could do this if you didn't like this. I'm going to keep this white border here because I think I actually like that with the white all the way around. You could put a thin border through there or not. But you also, like I said, we could diffuse this a little bit with another square, which I think that's what I might do, is just cut this down. It is the Star of David is sold out right now, but yes, so you can, and I did see that, but I don't know, can you sign up for notifications, Penny? I didn't look at that. But it might be one of those that we needed to say it was out of stock. I'm just going to cut this square down and see what we think. I'm eyeballing this. So I think we're going to do 3 inches by 4 inches. Put that right down on top. And I'm going to go through it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can find, I'm going to just do something, find something in my stash. I think I have a piece die or something that I'm going to use. Home safe. Thanks for keeping me company. You'll rewatch later. Okay. And I think that's what I want to do with that, but I don't have anything handy. I don't think. I mean, we've got, you needed a thank you card for the holidays for Hanukkah. I mean, I've got those things. I just don't have that right handy right this minute. So I do like this as is. Um, so I know we're getting close to the end. I did not finish this card all the way. I will show, I might even just buy some letters and die cut some letters out and put that on there, but I wanted to show you this. Oh, so it's not during a notification link. Okay, thank you, Penny. I appreciate that. There might be that it's because it's close to it right now. This is kind of what we worked on tonight. I did finish these two cards. This one doesn't have a sentiment, but I'm gonna find something to put on the inside because I just want this place. I use the digital cut file to I'm gonna stick, guys, I'm gonna cheat here. See how it's sticking up a little bit? I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. Is grab a little bit of dot of it and dot a little bit of glue behind each one of those gems and push that down. And hold it there just for a minute. So I went ahead and like I said, I used a sketch for this one and I used the digital cut file for the Happy Hanukkah. It's definitely something that I want to add some more to my stash is different Hanukkah items because I do have some friends that would like some Hanukkah cards. So this is my first attempt kind of at making some Hanukkah cards. I've got this one using the washi tape and the pattern paper. I would say if you wanted to make a very, very, very quick slimline card, grab a piece, like actually, I'm just going to grab one of my card bases. So I've got one of my card bases. You could do this at any direction, but I just grab a piece like this, put it down. I don't know if it's straight. I'm going to go ahead and clump it off quick. And you have a very quick card, but to dress it up just a little bit more, what you do, a friend of mine, my friend Joan showed me this a couple of years ago, is you can do this with any size card. It doesn't have to be just a slimline card. Grab this, and I'm gonna just look at it. So it ends at the 1 3/8. So I'm gonna do 1 1/4 and 1 3/8. I'm gonna flip this over, and I'm gonna grab my bone folder here, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do it right on the card base. If you did not like that, you could do it on a card panel and glue it on top. But I'm just gonna do a couple score lines. I think I did 3 there. And so look at how, oh, you can't even see that. I can't see if I can get it closer. It's white, so it's hard to see. It's gonna be hard. I'll try to see. You got just a couple of those. You could put a little Happy Hanukkah if you had a Happy Hanukkah, or a piece, or and a saying there, a thank you, and you have a fabulous quick card. You can do that with any of our washi sheets. It's the quick thank you card if you were going to somebody's house for Hanukkah. And I don't know, if people do that, but if you're going to a family member who's hosting, you want to give them a thank you card. You have that. So I am going to cut it off here, guys. It's 8 o'clock. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you so much. I will probably Christmas Eve. This might be my last live of the year. We'll see. Because I think the Christmas and then isn't it? It's New Year's. So New Year's, I'm planning on being alive New Year's, but just because I'll be home. But I will see you guys all for sure next year. I hope you have a great, safe, happy holidays. I'll try to do at least one pre-recorded video, get that up. Don't forget to sign up for and do the CYOE challenge, and check out the Hanukkah release or the archive release. We just released some stamps last night. The archive release for the 10-year anniversary, the first round. And I hope everyone has a safe and happy holidays. And I will see you all very soon.